Welcome back to your favorite Sacramento sports show.
Beam City Sports! Shout out Luke.
Yes, sir. Dev filling in for Luke today, but we got the boys back at the bar. Special guest Dom,
7-foot
phenom from Monterey. Good to have you on.
What's good, my man? I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir. So we got a lot to go over today. We got Jackson at the bar as well. How we all feeling?
Good. Hot. Pool's calling my name, but we're going to get through it, get in there, and cool off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Feeling good. Dodgers up 10-0 right now. Bottom of the third.
Yankees 3 innings in.
Yep, and I feel great because OKC's going to the finals. Last time since 2012.
The only Thunder fan I've ever met right here. So he's been riding for him for a while. But yeah, if you're new here, go subscribe. We just had Christian on from Enjoy Basketball. That was a big interview. But yeah, today we're going to be going over Dom's hoop story.
Yes, sir.
Coming back from an injury as well. So we're going to get into all that. The Thunder going to the finals.
Yes,
Pacers
sir.
and the Knicks are playing Game 6 right now. And then we'll get some thoughts on the Kings later in the show and a Would You Rather segment at the very end. But I guess we'll start with Dom. I'll go from here. How did you know that you love basketball? Because I met you at a young age playing at the park. From day one, you were talking trash. I remember me and Tio were at Manzanita Park, and from day one, at that time, you were the same size as us. You were the same height.
I was.
You were, and
I
you were
was
still
younger than
hooping.
you guys
were
too,
younger, and you were still hooping, talking trash. And me and Tio were like, "Damn, who is this kid? We've never seen him before. He's pretty nice." And now you're 7 foot tall, and you still have the same guard skills. So how'd you fall in love with hoop?
Well, I grew up in Italy, so I actually grew up playing soccer when I was little. But then I moved to the States when I was 8 years old, and my mom just put me through basketball. And I just remember just playing it, and I just really just fell in love with it. I just liked it so much better, and I was kind of good at it because I was kind of taller than everyone. So, so I just stuck out with it. So yeah, that's how I really just fell in love with it. Yeah.
Well, how old were you when you came from Italy?
I was 8 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was 8, so I was really young.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to adapt to a whole new language, but basketball helped me out too, though, because I just had to learn new words like double dribble, travel. I don't know what the hell that meant. So yeah.
Damn. That's a crazy story. The first person you met in the States was right
Jake,
here, right?
That's my homie Jake. Jake, shout out behind the camera.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's my day one homie right there. Love him.
Yeah. So, do you remember the moment when you realized, obviously you start playing when you come to the States and stuff, but what was the moment where you realized, I can actually go somewhere with these hoop dreams?
Well, I really always had these hoop dreams, but when I really noticed that I could be better, I started noticing that I'm better than most people was probably junior year of high school, to be honest.
Okay.
Junior year of high school, I started to think I could really probably do something with this, because a lot of people after games would come up to me and would just say hey, you're doing really good, would just just show me love. So
yeah, I was on that team with you. You were definitely hooping every game. So, and then you only got better from there. You won MVP the next year, right?
Yeah, I did.
During everything that happened
in our league. That was tough. Yeah, no, after I remember because Coach Nobis. Shout
out Nobis. He watches the show.
Shout out Coach Nobis. Yeah. I was really just texting him every single day, trying to just can we get in the gym? Can we get in the gym? So I'm just glad that we even got to play those 12 games during that COVID year.
That's a tough year. But you definitely showed out.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, who was someone you looked up to, growing up? Who'd you kind of model your game after a little? Because you have a lot of guard skills, but you're at a crazy height. Well,
to be honest, I don't really think I modeled my game after anyone. But I grew up watching MJ. That's my favorite player. That's just best player of all time, the GOAT. And the best way I could model myself to a player is kind of Jokic. I really like Jokic a lot. But I don't really try to model myself after anyone in the NBA. I just try to be myself in a way. So,
Take pieces from other players.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make it your own.
Exactly.
Wemby got his game from you.
Wemby got his game from you. That's a fact. That's a fact. I do remember you telling me a long time ago, because you are a Thunder fan since day one, that KD was a big person that you actually took some stuff from.
Yeah, KD. Actually, KD was one of my favorite players growing up. That's why I'm an OKC fan.
Yeah, so shout out. And now we see Chet in the league. You guys play very similar.
Yeah,
very similar mannerisms. Yeah, you guys can both shoot the three. Put on the floor.
That's a good comparison too.
Yeah. I definitely think you fit that personality. But yeah, what has been some, of the times where you, like, what's some motivation behind you proving people wrong? Because, you know, some people are going to doubt you and think you can't make it far when you know you can. So what pushes you to go to that next level?
Man, to be honest, I just to be honest, my friends and family, to be honest, and just everybody around me, like, I just keep on pushing because of them. And just, I just know that I can do this. It's just like, it's just a feeling like that I have within myself.
Yeah.
That I feel like I can do this. So
yeah, you played at Monterey State, right?
Cal State Monterey.
Yeah, Cal State Monterey. And last year you tore your ACL?
Yeah, I tore my ACL.
Okay. So that's a crazy, recovery.
No, that was a crazy recovery. That was just really unexpected. That sucked. I'm not gonna lie.
So next year you plan on, playing fully healthy? Okay.
I'm back.
He'll be ready.
What was the biggest hurdle after that injury? Like,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. The biggest hurdle was just trying to figure out when I was going to get my surgery. Like, because like everything was just all messed up because I didn't even know that I actually tore my ACL like a month in. Like when I tore it.
They just thought it was knee pain or something?
I just didn't it was just like weird, like, I don't know how to explain it.
Instability,
it was just,
not able to use it properly.
Yeah, literally. But
well, who is the best hooper you've ever played against?
Hey, the Thompson twins. I'm not gonna lie.
Played against the Thompson twins? Oh my god!
I played against the Thompson twins at courtside.
Wow!
And I remember this was insane. Like, bro, I think I was 16 and I think they were 15 or something. And I just remember, like, bro, they're like the same exact person.
Damn.
It's insane. Like, bro, like they would throw like half-court lobs to each other, and it felt like he would throw it, and it felt like he would just teleport there because they just looked the same. So like, I would look at him, and I would just look. I was like, bro, like, they were crazy.
Damn.
They're so athletic, bro. Like, bro, it's insane seeing that, bro. Like, and they were only like 15, like, bro,
That's
and they're
crazy.
like the same way like that they are now.
I was gonna ask, were they bigger, or obviously not bigger, but were they like low key same size as?
I would say that they were like a little bit skinnier, just like a little bit skinnier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But they were like low
crazy.
key. They probably grew like 2-3 inches.
Already hella tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they were definitely like 6'5" for sure. Like when I was playing against them.
Yeah.
Did you guard one of
15
them?
is crazy.
I think I don't remember, bro. Like the games on YouTube. Like I think if you do your like some research on YouTube, like I feel like you can find the game.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
how tall were you at 15?
Oh.
15, I remember at 14 I was 6'4", 15 I was 6'6", 16 I was 6'8", and then 17 I was 6'10", like the height that I am right now.
It's crazy.
Yeah, still growing.
Still growing.
Ridiculous.
Well, kind of a fun question here. If you could dunk on any NBA player, who would it be?
Ooh, LeBron James.
Okay.
Knew
Yeah.
it.
LeBron James, because MJ's the GOAT. I don't know why people think that LeBron James is the GOAT. MJ's the GOAT.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Not James.
maybe.
That might
Yeah.
Yeah, might be.
So last question on your injury, what's your mindset coming in? Are you, fully healthy? Like, do you still think about your injury when you're on the court? Or do you feel like you're playing with a free mind?
I feel like I definitely got to do some things that like I'm not used to. Like now, like when I'm about to play, like I need to do like certain stretches before I start. But like I feel like when I start playing, I don't really like think about it that much. But I feel like I do still sometimes. But it's not like a big thing that like I really think I'm gonna tear it again or something like that. But I really I feel like I'm fine now. Like I feel like I could just play like how I normally play. But it's just the stamina. I need to get the stamina back because I haven't played like in a year and a half. Like the first 20-minute full quarter like half game that I played was just like 2 weeks ago. And I tore my ACL a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So
that's a long time. Were you still able to get some shots up and everything?
No, for
during
sure.
that?
Yeah.
You
I was
kept the
like,
shot going.
I was like in like the gym with the team when I tore it. So like I was just watching them practice and I was just shooting, just doing form shots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions before we move on to some NBA?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Thunder are going to the finals. That is your team, Dom. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander won Western Conference Finals MVP, becoming the third player ever to have 10 games with 30-plus points and 5 assists in a single playoff run. Putting all the haters on silent mode right now, Shai is, and I'm kind of one of them. I didn't believe in this Thunder team all year, but it's kind of tough to go against them now. It's pretty obvious that they're the best team in the league right now.
Yeah, MJ type stats. That's all I can say.
MJ
That's all I
type
can say,
stats.
man.
That's a crazy comparison.
Mhm.
The Thunder are also the first team with 4 wins by 30 or more points in playoff history, so they're just dominating.
Terrible series.
yeah.
Hated that series.
Yeah, that series couldn't end fast
Which one?
enough. The Timberwolves.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
Timberwolves
lie,
have
but
no
like the
chance.
Nuggets were such a better like team.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
Yeah.
much more fun of a series.
dude,
for
I
sure.
literally knew we were gonna get them in 5-4.
The Wolves
Yeah.
wouldn't have
Oh, yeah,
made
I
it
called
there
it.
if, Steph was healthy,
Yeah.
one,
No, that's true.
and if
That's
the Lakers
facts.
had a center outside of Jackson is.
I feel like we still.
I still think you guys would have made it, but I'm
Yeah.
saying you guys wouldn't have played the Wolves.
Nah, yeah, nah.
It would
that's
have
true.
been either the Warriors
Curry
or
was
the
going
Lakers.
off in that game when before he
Thunder
got injured.
wouldn't have wanted to see the Warriors. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yes, I would love to see the Warriors. I
would've
would have
cooked.
loved to see the
Steph would
Warriors.
have went
But-
crazy.
That would have been a good series.
I think the biggest story with OKC though is like their defense is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said this out
Yeah,
last week
dude.
of like they have forced the most turnovers in any playoff
Yeah.
run by any team.
We have-
And it's not even over.
and it's not even over.
Yeah.
And they've done it in like 14 games.
We have,
And it's by like a 20 turnover
Yeah.
differential.
Yeah.
We have like 3 main players that could guard the best player on that
Yeah.
team.
You guys have 7 of the
Yeah,
top
like,
10 defensive rating.
We got Dort, we got
defensive rated
Caruso,
players in this
like,
playoffs.
That's
bro,
crazy.
Casey Wallace is number 1 at 97.9.
Oh,
For
And then
what?
it's Casey Wallace, Caruso,
Defensive
Chet,
rating?
Shea,
That's crazy.
Rudy Gobert, Hartenstein,
Williams.
J-Dub,
J-Dub.
Shout out
Jaylen
Jalen
Brown,
for locking up Jokic.
McDaniels,
Mhm.
and Dort.
and Caruso for locking up Jokic.
God,
Yeah.
Caruso.
Yeah, I talked to my brother yesterday, who's also a big Thunder hater, because we're Kings fans, and we always said when
What's
the
up with
Kings
that?
had De'Aaron that we would always argue that De'Aaron's better than Shea. He can score better than Shea. That's just completely false at this point. There's no argument
I
there.
remember that. That was
definitely
stupid.
Yeah, we definitely all said that as Kings fans, and
That was stupid.
obviously we were.
Stupid.
All right, we're back. The camera overheated because we're out here grinding in the 105-degree weather, but we're out here. But before the camera turned off, I was saying that my brother, who's an OKC hater, was saying that the Thunder defenders can play hard, handsy defense and not get called for fouls, and then
Yes, sir.
Shea can go to the rim, create all the contact, and the defender try and not touch him, and then they'll get every call. So, what do you guys think of that? Do you guys think that's just hating, or is that a real thing?
It's stuff like that has happened with players forever. Like Kobe was that way. He got
James
hella
Harden.
calls. James Harden got hella calls. Like certain players
Jalen
get calls.
Brunson.
That's how the league is. You know, Brunson gets calls.
Yeah.
Trae Young, when he used to get in front of the guy and then jump into them, but
Yeah.
when they're behind them,
Yeah.
We're just hating because
because they're winning.
Shea
Honestly,
can get to the free throw line really easy,
Yeah.
and they think that free throws are bad buckets, but I think free throws are great buckets. So I love seeing Shea shoot free throws. I love it. I love it.
Thunder fans do
Yeah,
for sure.
I love it.
I hate that shit.
I
Yeah.
love it.
But yeah, then why didn't Anthony Edwards get those calls in that Thunder series? Because the Thunder defense was, harassing him all series, being very handsy, and
Do you not see
they don't
Anthony
get
Edwards
calls.
pushing people though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, he got
he
mad,
be doing
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I'm just saying that there's an argument that the Thunder defenders don't get called for, the fouls that they're doing, and that's maybe contributing to why they're such a good defensive team.
I don't know. I think
Really?
it-
If you
That's
wanna
what
talk
the
about
haters are
that,
saying.
we can
What?
we can do a whole segment
Who's
on just
saying
Draymond
that?
Green.
Draymond
He's
Green.
gone away with
what?
his bullshit the last 15 years.
I think
You're
if-
not wrong.
If Ant would have been more aggressive to try to do that, then it could have happened. But I mean, that's just not really what he does.
Yeah.
Shea does that damn near every time down the floor, or at least
I
tries to.
think-
Was looking for it. So
I think the refs just know that we we just have good defenders,
Yeah.
and we know that they're going to play hard, and they know that they play good defense.
that's
So,
true. You hear that a lot. They say if you establish it throughout the years, then
Yeah,
they're more
bro,
likely to let it happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's
And,
the
like,
same thing. Yeah,
That's why it's you can't just switch it on. For a lot of the guys on the Timberwolves team, like McDaniels and Ant, were just trying to turn it on in the playoffs. Defensively, and they, if
They're
they
gonna
weren't
get
doing that
called
the
for
whole year,
fouls,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
if you go by the full rules, sure, maybe there's a lot more fouls that aren't called, but it's also the playoffs,
Yeah.
and so the whistle's being held a little more.
Mhm.
And I mean, if you watch the Thunder this whole series, yeah, they might have gotten away with a couple fouls, but they were just harassing them.
And there's been a lot of times in the playoffs where Shea dropped probably 34 with probably 4 free throws made. So
Yeah.
it's not that he's doing that every single time. That's not his main go-to.
Yeah, I mean
just knows
that's the narrative behind Shea, though, is that he's a foul baiter,
Yeah.
foul free throw merchant. But you look back at the MVP numbers from Harden and all these different guys, like Jackson said, all those guys get foul calls, and they were actually averaging more free throws than Shea during
Even
their
Dwayne
MVP
Wade
years.
was shooting
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade was shooting 12, 14 free throws a game in that finals.
If you're a good scorer, you're gonna get a lot of free throws.
Superstar.
Your name is Steph Curry.
I was literally.
Steph does not get called.
Steph shoots that shit from Yucatan.
That's
why.
true.
He doesn't go to the basket.
Yeah,
like that.
and that's actually a good
true,
point.
though. That's true.
I think he used to
Yeah.
a lot more, and
Yeah.
then just realized.
I can
Why
You
shoot
not?
it.
definitely get less
Yeah.
calls when you're outside the paint.
That's
Yeah.
Like you
That's what I was
definitely-
going to say about
like
the
somebody's
Timberwolves
shooting
thing
foul.
was that, the Timberwolves were, like, the Thunder were harassing them pretty much full court, like, the whole game, like, especially Ant.
Yeah.
And they were being very handsy in the backcourt and stuff, and the refs don't want to call that. But the Shai fouls are him going to the hoop every time.
Yeah.
And that's why he probably gets more of the calls, because he's, going to the hoop, creating pressure
I also
on the rim.
think it's certain players like how they're built. Like Braun doesn't get calls. If we're being honest.
he's
like,
too strong.
Yeah, Braun's
Yeah.
6'8", 250. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna
Jokic
call
don't
that.
get calls.
Ant
like-
doesn't because he's 6'4", like 230,
Yeah.
220. You know, like
Yeah.
Jokic doesn't because he's huge. It's just certain guys won't. Like Giannis doesn't either. Like Shai has a more like lean frame, right?
Yeah.
Like slim frame, so he's gonna get more calls because he's more lanky.
Contact more
That's a
noticeable
good
too.
point.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, definitely.
you could barely like touch a guy like him because he's like smaller. Not saying
Exactly.
he's very small, but it'll do more to a guy like LeBron if you just hit his arm in the air. Like it's not really gonna force his body a different way. Like he's still most likely gonna get through it because he's so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Pause.
Happy birthday,
Big
bro.
pause. But yeah, so I guess the Pacers and the Knicks are going on right now. Game 6. It's a close game, second quarter. But last game we saw the Knicks win, make it a
go
series. But yeah, either way, do we all think the Thunder are winning the finals, no matter who wins this
Yeah.
Eastern Conference series?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it'll be more enjoyable if it's the Pacers.
You
just
think?
because they're just hell.
Yeah.
I agree.
Honestly,
I think the Thunder
Like,
do have a good chance.
Celtics
I
fans-
think if the Knicks go in the finals, I think we're just
it's a sweep.
I think they sweep
Honestly.
the Knicks.
dude.
Because they
they
have
do
like
that?
The Knicks.
5 guys who can guard Brunson.
29-1 against the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's crazy.
That is actually crazy.
Yeah.
And the only team that they lost to is the Cavaliers.
The best
in
team in the East throughout the regular season.
Yeah.
But then again, the Pacers lost to a lot of the teams they already, lost to
Yeah.
or they beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Playoffs
just
is
like
different, for
yeah,
sure.
playoffs are entirely different.
Yeah. Well, my ICU pick is Jarris Walker from the Pacers. Finally getting minutes, making an
solid
impact
minutes,
out
too.
there. Yeah, I've actually loved his game.
Jarris Walker?
He doesn't play. He's
my
a
line.
second-year player. That is his line. Who? But yeah, Jarris Walker is a really good, facilitator from the forward position, makes plays happen. I think he is, going to provide an impact for them probably in the next year more than he did this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think he'll be a solid rotation guy next year because
Yeah.
I think they might have I don't think they have a salary cap issue next year, but I think it's it will come soon, especially with like Ben Shepherd and Walker developing. They're gonna have to find a way to put them into the lineup more consistently.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So with Deb, are you going with the Thunder winning the finals, or are you saying that the Pacers and the Knicks have a shot?
I want the Pacers. I think they have a shot,
Yeah.
but I mean, right now, I'll take the Thunder.
Yeah. I mean, anything is possible. No one
Hey.
thought the Knicks were going to beat the Celtics.
Pacers
that
win
is
game 1, I
true.
might
Yeah.
change it real quick.
Yeah.
You know,
Game
look
one
at
could
our
change it all.
Playoff predictions. Dev probably was the most accurate.
And we were
honestly.
clowning
No,
on
yeah.
Deb when he said that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You were. But yeah, so this playoffs has been pretty crazy, but looks like the Thunder, have a good shot of running away with it all.
All the way.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to get into a Would You Rather segment since we have a big Shai fan up here.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll start with Would You Rather Shai Gilgeous-Alexander edition. Would you rather start your team with Shai or Giannis? Going down the line.
Giannis.
Giannis?
Well, like for you, the Lakers?
Just it doesn't matter if I pick one
drafting
player
a
to
team.
start a new franchise.
Yeah.
I'm picking Giannis. over
Right
Shai.
now, at like same age they are. Right,
Yeah.
right now.
Giannis. Stay
Right
Giannis.
now, Shai. I'm picking Shai, man.
I'll probably-
I'm picking
Shai.
Shai.
I probably pick Shai a lot, but I think I'll go Giannis for that
Are
one.
we
Yeah.
just saying
I'm picking
prime
Shai.
or current?
Like right now.
Like just right now, bro.
This is
Shai.
pretty much prime of both of them, if you
Okay,
think
then
about
yeah,
it.
still
I mean,
Giannis,
yeah, Giannis is still in his prime. He's
Yeah.
third.
Giannis is still going to be this type of way for another 5 years at
Yeah.
least.
For sure.
Personally, I'm going Giannis just because the defense and everything he
ability.
provides. But if you want like a guard to run the
Yeah.
show, then Shai's the guy.
Depends who you get around him.
Yeah,
Because Shai, I
That's a
feel like
good
you
point.
can put a lot of guys around
I
him.
feel like
and
Shai
find-
just gets you
But
free
Shai-
easy buckets.
Yeah.
And
you
I
get
love
the-
free easy buckets. So
definitely gets the calls. Well, healthy Jason Tatum. Let's go down the line.
hell no.
Shai.
Shai.
Shai. Jason Tatum sells in the playoffs
Oh.
every year.
Not last year.
I mean, isn't it true that he got like the easiest road to the playoffs? Or, like it was really
Yeah.
easy
Teams
for
he
him.
played were hurt, yeah.
Yeah.
If you
So
think
like,
about that like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Luka Doncic
Luka.
or Shai.
Shai.
Damn, you're going Shai.
I'm
Yeah.
taking Shai, bro.
You're going
Luka
Shai?
can't play no defense, bro.
Oh,
So
Luka
good.
can't play no D, bro.
it's a good
I'm
argument.
still
Can't
picking
play no
Luka.
D.
Luka, too much hookah, bro.
Yeah.
Luka's really tough, though. Don't get me wrong. Luka's really good, but like,
Y'all don't want to see Luka next year. Just wait. MVP.
I want to see.
I don't.
I'm calling it now.
Braun finna have him in the cheating lab, bro. I do not want to see him next year. It's gonna be
How's
on
he gonna get a
PEDs
center?
and shit. It's gonna be crazy.
Hey, we get a center. Luka's winning MVP. He's winning MVP regardless, but
Okay.
still.
I've been saying that for the last 4 years, and he still hasn't won one. So.
Yeah.
All right, we're back again. The camera overheated since we're out here in the heat, so we're gonna fly through
Grinding.
this last segment. Probably can't record out in the heat anymore with this camera. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Anthony Edwards?
Shai.
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 I mean,
I'm going
recency
Shai.
bias. Yeah.
Shai or Brunson?
Shai.
Going Brunson. I'm just kidding. Probably Shai, actually. Jokic.
Jokic.
Oh.
I'm going Jokic.
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 Yeah. That's like the one guy you're gonna say Jokic.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
All right, now we're going into some old players. Prime Kyrie or Shai?
Shai.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
say Shai too, sadly.
Nostalgia bias is crazy on
Yeah.
that one,
Not
but
gonna
yeah.
lie, bro.
Shai just better.
Yeah, Shai's better.
Yeah.
Kyrie not doing what Shai's
look,
doing.
Kyrie never
Kyrie
did
was the guy
anything
in
that
Boston.
Shai has done already. It's
Don't
pretty.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going Shai as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Prime Damian Lillard.
Dame.
Shai.
Shai. Get out of here.
Shout
Get
out
outta
Dame
here.
Dollar. Shout out Dame Dollar.
That's my guy.
Shout out
And
Oakland.
my guy.
Shout out Oakland, but
No.
yeah,
Weber State.
probably have to go
Weber
to
State.
probably have to
Really?
go
What y'all
Shai
know
there.
about that?
Prime Westbrook.
12.
Huh?
Prime Westbrook.
Fuck.
Bro, that's hard. I'm not even gonna.
Prime Westbrook or Shai?
Shai.
Shai.
Yep.
Going Shai.
Yep.
Dude.
Your Thunder
Tough,
fan is
'cause Luke
tough
was-
for you.
Hey,
I'm not
Luke,
even
I'll
gonna
answer
lie.
for
I'm not
you.
Yeah,
even
shout out
gonna-
Luke.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. Shai.
Okay, some
Shai.
crazy ones. Shai or Prime Tracy McGrady?
Shai.
Yeah.
T-Mac never won anything.
Yeah. He never made it past the first
never-
round.
Yeah, he blew
In
a
his
3-1
prime.
lead with Orlando
Yeah.
in 03.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out Doc Rivers.
Shai.
3-1 lead
I
blow.
didn't know that. Shai.
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 He actually has a chip with San Antonio.
But he
Then
didn't
again,
play.
he didn't play.
He didn't play. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
20.
Popped and rock with McGrady. Prime James Harden or Shai? I'm going Harden.
Gilgeous
Going
Alexander.
I might have to go hard in
Shai.
Yeah.
Gilgeous.
Either way.
Shai.
All right. Well, I guess we can close out. This was a fun episode of Beam City Sports. We'll be back on Wednesday, live on the radio, live on YouTube. Go subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Dom, for joining.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
Deuces.